Well, I wasn't expecting to see this. Rylan Clark is, of course, caused a lefty meltdown today after his comments on illegal immigration on live television. Now, again, what he said was absolutely fine, absolutely correct, but what we're starting to see is when daytime television is agreeing with us, you know that the Overton window has shifted. You know, they can no longer, well, let's give a bit of context. We're going to watch the clip of what Rylan Clark has said, and that he's basically stating that he thinks, he's called out illegal immigration and we need to stop it. I mean, it's not an outlandish thing to say, but certainly between the left is causing, he's getting racist comments sent to him. He's told he's a racist. He's getting told that he's a fascist, a thug, and all of these things that the left always seem to do. God forbid that a British citizen is concerned about his or her safety and the people that live in this country. However, as stated, the left are in massive meltdown. And I'm going to show you the clip. We're going to watch the clip now and see what he has said. It's nothing outlandish, but it's good to see him actually using, his voice and actually calling it out as it is. But let's have a little watch of this quickly.
I find it absolutely insane that all these people, one, are risking their lives coming across the channel like that they are. But two, when they get here, it does seem, and I think this is why a lot of Labour voters as well are now sitting there going, there's something wrong here. It seems, welcome, come on in. This is the narrative we're being fed. Here's the hotel. Here's the phones. Here's the iPad. Here's the NHS in reception of your hotel. Here's 3 meals a day. Here's a games room in the hotel. Have a lovely time and welcome. And then there's people that have lived here all their lives that are struggling. Yeah. They're homeless. Let's not even discuss our homeless. That are people living on the streets, veterans, all of this. Yeah. Now, this isn't me getting on my soapbox because let me be honest, everyone's going to have an opinion about this and you're going to upset someone some which way. I believe that something major needs to be done about this. The money that it's costing us, the amount of people that are in this country that we have no idea who they are, what they've done, what they're capable of, and clearly we see a lot of it in the press at the moment, some of what some are doing, it's not all, what some are doing to people in this country. How can, if I turn up at Heathrow Airport as a British citizen and I've left my passport in Spain, I've got to stand at that airport and won't be let in and got to get this, but if I arrive on a boat in Calais, I get taken to a 4-star hotel.
Now, as you can see, it's nothing outlandish as what he said, but of course, when you start bringing up these subjects on mainstream media television, and of course, Rylan Clark has seemed as one of them, if you look at him and then look at his sort of background and whatnot. However, as stated, the Overton window is shifted, Ordinary citizens, and we've seen it for a long time, have been concerned and have been talking out against it. Now, as I said, with the establishment, you start calling them out on these sorts of propaganda channels like the ITV and BBC, you probably won't be seen again after this. But let's have a little look at some of my favourite tweets. I mean, there's a lot. The left are in meltdown over what he said. As stated, not outlandish. But let's have a little read of what some of these people have said quickly. So this one says, Rebecca says, sick of this racist and anti-immigrant nonsense going around. Learn some facts about what these people have been through and still going through, rather than listening to the likes of Rylan Clark. I'm guessing the majority of people watching his daily drivel claiming of the state. So look now, so she's thinking now that Rylan Clark is a far-right activist just because he spoke about illegal immigration. It's in the word illegal immigration that they should stop it. Going on to this point here, whether or not you actually are as extreme as some of the people who now support you, you've used your voice to enable more racism, more Islamophobia, and more anti-immigrant narrative. You even said that this narrative we've been fed and then fed it some more. Oh my God, man. Like, come on. Like, what are you going on about? Like, what's he going on about? Crazy. What else was said? I hope Rylan Clark is prepared for the fascistic reform efforts that he's spouting disinformation for on national TV. To take away gay rights, because that will be next when they're done scapegoating immigrants as a way to try and force us out of the ECHR. What an idiot. Oh, she's so dumb, isn't she? You know, they I don't know where they get their propaganda fed to. It really is funny. I really love it. I absolutely love it. Let's go on to, actually, let's go to this comment quickly. I found this one quite funny as well. Absolutely howling at people calling Rylan Clark far right. God forbid a UK citizen is concerned for his safety. Exactly. That's all he's saying. There's nothing that crazy whatsoever. Yeah, then obviously, like, because he's been getting a lot of heat from his words that he said, which weren't crazy whatsoever. He said, he posted, you can be pro-migration and against illegal routes. You can support trans people and have the utmost respect for women. You can be heterosexual and still support gay rights. The list continues. Stop with putting everyone in a box. Exercise and maybe have conversations instead of shouting on Twitter. So he's really getting attacked by the lefties that do fill X and Twitter and social media. And it just goes to show that their whole argument is literally crumbling before their eyes. Rylan Clark is not far right. He is voicing the concerns that we're seeing of many, many people, women, men around the country. Local residents have been protesting outside of these hotels. It's not working anymore. You can't call everyone far right, fascist, and Nazi for wanting people to stop illegal immigration. You know, it's not even that outlandish, to be perfectly honest with you. Illegal immigration. Stopping illegal immigration. I mean, to be fair, the fact that people think that reform is still hard right is also something I'm really concerned with. Because I don't think reform are hard right whatsoever. So they'll be in for a shock when Advance UK eventually do win the general election. But yeah, I mean, look, listen, it's a funny old world that we live in. And to be fair, it's good though. It's good, you know, when you've got the propaganda, the government's propaganda arm, like the ITV, these daytime shows, you know, they're there to program people, these shows, you know, that's why it's called a program. You tune into your programming at night, your news that you're fed from BBC and ITV. But the fact that, as I said, the Overton window is shifted and people are actually now, this is becoming into the mainstream, just goes to show that normal people are now concerned. And this gaslighting that the left always seem to do is no longer working. So credit to Rylan. I didn't have on my bingo card in 2025 that I'd be agreeing with Rylan Clark on much things, but fair play to him. Good for him. I remember he was the sponsor of Cinch, the SPFL, a couple of years ago. So yeah, no, interesting. Credit to him. But again, he's probably going to be cancelled. Because when you open your gob and talk about common sense things that isn't in the media's or the establishment's best interest, then you'll find yourself getting chucked out, especially with these lefties and the stand up to racism wing that, of course, do control a lot of these media sites and are part of the establishment themselves. You'll find yourself out of a job, which is super unfortunate. But yeah, fair play to Rylan. And I think a lot of more people in the mainstream media should be calling it out. As I said, the movement is growing. And I keep saying a movement. It's not a movement. It's just an ordinary group of citizens. It's just a majority of people, if you're looking at the polling, you know. But the woke left make the most noise. We ain't woke left anymore. 2020 is gone. There is none of this crap anymore. They need to pack that stuff up. That was the peak of being far left. And I can't believe that it even went that far. You know, that's over. Far left is done. It's dead. It's dying. It's dead in America and it's dying now in Europe. People are waking up. So come on, it's not 2020 anymore. You don't get cancelled for saying things about illegal immigration, or you don't get cancelled for these sorts of stuff. Let's have a little look at what people are saying in the live chat. As I said, most people probably really surprised as well with what Rylan Clark has been saying. Sheila says, good for Rylan. We could get half as much if we went to their country. To stop the illegal migrants is patriotic, not fascist. Yeah, but you know what they're like. Exactly. With common sense, and I've just seen a comment here, someone tagging me, common sense is catching on. Yes, common sense is catching on. But still, the people that scream the loudest and this sort of woke left narrative that always jumps around, they have no argument. Oh, it's racist. What did this lady say in in a comment to it again. Let me have a little look at what she said. There's loads of comments on social media. If you want a good chuckle to yourself, just type Rylan Clark in and look at these people in absolute meltdown. Learn some facts about what these people have been through and are still going through. But that doesn't not say that they're not illegal immigrants. What was the other one? You've used your voice to enable more racism, more Islamophobia, and more anti-immigrant narrative. What a bell end. How has he actually used his voice to incite hatred or more racism or anything else? He's done nothing. He's done nothing. He just said he doesn't want illegal migrants in his country. I mean, fair play. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I love it. I could sit here all day. I really do need to start a call-in show, which is going to happen at some point. And I would love to get these lefties on like a panel and just listen to them because they freaking entertain me. And it's my best pastime, you know. If I can sit around and listen to lefty tears on a day-to-day basis, it would be my dream job. So I need to try to listen to these narratives every single day. I mean, I'm entertained. I'm addicted to it. I really am addicted to listening to their tears and watching their tears and see them call people far right and fascists and all of these kind of things for saying that they want to stop illegal immigration. Love it. Absolutely love it. Ben says there's a difference between a racist and a realist. People love to throw racists around so easily, but no one ever talks about people just being realists. With the far left, honestly, you can't have a debate with them. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. You might get a few that might be able to sort of stand their point. But honestly, when they haven't got anything to say, you're racist. That's it. It's like, all right, okay, mate. Don't worry. You know, the AfD in Germany is always funny because Rylan is a media's, let's be honest, Rylan Clark is the media wet dream. They love it. You know, he's a gay guy. And as I said, nothing wrong with that. He's a gay guy and whatnot. And he's, TV presenter, but he's their media wet dream, right? And now they're trying to call him the problem. It's funny. It really is funny. It's the same with AFD. I love this one with AFD where it's like Alice Weidel, she's like lesbian. She goes out with an immigrant, like a brown lady, someone who's not of white color, and they always call her racist and homophobic. I'm like, what? What are you going on about? Just because she wants to stop illegal immigration in Germany, she's now homophobic and racist, yet she's lesbian and is going out with her girlfriend is not white and not from Germany. Yeah, I mean, their logic is crazy. I love it. Pooh Bear says, well said, Rylan. God bless you for saying what we would love to say. Hi-Ho Kermit says, it astounds me they think we need to learn more when it's plainly them living in fairyland. As I keep on saying, it's 2020 is long gone, man. I can't even believe the country went that far left. I mean, the whole world went that far left in 2020 with that George Floyd and all that crap that was going around. Rebecca says he was correct. He loves his mum, and that tells me everything I need to know. Rylan is a lovely person. They can't go around telling people that they're racist, for God's sake. This is a good one. Tina Kennedy says, the last people to find out about their insanity is the insane. And we're getting to that point. That's where we are in 2025. It's brilliant. It's so good. After the live stream, just go back. He literally just spoke about he wants illegal immigration to stop. Talked about, common sense things about illegal immigration. That's it. That's all he talked about. But everyone's going ballistic. Ben says, absolutely agree with you there. A very small number of debate, but they never make sense in my opinion. I mean, I've got so many stories. Some of my friends, me and my friends' best pastime is, you know, as I said, I don't really drink alcohol anymore. So when I used to go out a little bit, I used to try and find a lefty to just wind up a little bit. Yeah, I'm toxic, whatever. But yeah, just like, we just go out there and, you know, Dom and all that, my brother and all that. We'd just go out and, find someone, just wind them up a little bit. And they would get so triggered. They get so triggered. It's great. It's great. If you're ever bored on a night out, you can always do that as a pastime. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's fun. And you'll always see them shut down anything. John Power, 13th of September, Tommy's March in London. Please try to be there. I will be there, guys. I will be there. I'm going to be there, ready to go. I'll be in amongst the crowd with everybody. I might stream it as well. I'm not too sure. I haven't decided, but we're going to see. It's going to be a good one. I'm not going to miss it for the WOD. Some great speakers, some really good speakers. I'm looking forward to listening to. I really like Ant Middleton. I really want to hear what he has to say. I've always liked to listen to Ant Middleton speak. I like. Really good talker. I really like him. I think he would be great for the mayor of London. Eva, the Dutch girl, I quite like her as well, and what she speaks is great to see. Who else is there? Jordan Peterson, I think, is there as well. Obviously, I need to see Tommy himself talk. That would be quite cool. Can't remember the whole lineup as such, but it looks really good. I'm looking forward to going. It's going to be good. Yeah, I seen that in America, right? Yeah, really bad, horrible scenes. Yeah, a church got shot up in Minnesota, right? 2 children dead at the time of recording. Honestly, disgusting to see. I don't know the full story, but that happened over the last hour or so. But yeah, really horrible things happening out in Minnesota. Scott's Way says, didn't the Irish immigrants get taken within all parts of the UK, including many parts abroad and in far-flung places? Payback time, they should be aiding much more so the immigrants. Well, the thing is with Irish people, if you want to put it like that, Irish people have the same culture as us, you know? Irish people are aligned. You can go as far to say with the Ukraine, you know? Ukraine refugees, they have a similar culture, you know, they're not a nuance to society. And with the Ukrainians that came over, they came over legally. You don't see Ukrainians in the boat. And I'd arguably say right now they have the worst time as people, as refugees and all of these things as a homeland in their sort of country. As I said, you don't see them freaking coming over on a boat. I've never seen a Ukrainian person on there. They come the legal way if they do, and they don't pick and choose where they go. A lot of them go to Poland. They just get what they're kind of given, and they just go with it, and they don't start taking the piss in other people's countries either. They're quite respectful, and as I said, their values align with us, and I would go as far to say they're probably more traditional values than us. They've not really been brainwashed, or their people haven't really been brainwashed by the old far left propaganda, whether that be, you know, extreme feminism, LGBTQ+, and all of these kind of things. Same with Russia, same with all of Eastern Europe. So, yeah, I mean, that's the difference. On Ireland, long-windedly. Tina says Ukraine is in an actual war. Yeah, and they go about it the right way. And by the way, some of these individuals that are coming on boats come from frickin' Pakistan. And then celebrating. You know? And as I said, they come through the whole of Europe. I mean, we say it every single time on these live streams. They come through the whole of Europe and then choose the UK for economic benefits. Simple. Shit bust. Hey, maybe. Hey, maybe. If it is, it's game over for us this season. I'm telling you. I will. I'll be done with football for another year. Season could be over in August. You're absolutely correct. If that happens, I'll be bloody greeting. Can't happen. Need a win. Nothing more than a win. John says, if that was Tommy saying that in front of that McTominay bird, she would be calling him all the names under the sun. Well said, Rylan. Mm-hmm. Il Poo says, I'm sick and tired of the same talking points from these right-wingers and conservatives, as long as they have the same values. BS. I do not want them here. I don't get. So wait, you want... Oh, you don't want the conservative people here? Well, unfortunately, they're not going anywhere. It's their own country. Funnily enough, mate. Exactly, and the Irish, like my grandparents, weren't integrated and didn't rake it in like the illegal migrants and universal credit. Exactly. Irish have been oppressed for centuries by the British, and Britain has bled the country dry for centuries. I mean, I've read into Ireland, the history of Ireland. Yeah, actually. It's good to research your history. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm glad you are. It's a great pastime. You should always enjoy it. One of the best things you can do. I promise. Yeah, I just don't understand how with the left wing, and I think there's a lot of left wing nutters in here due to the thumbnails, due to Rylan Clark being in here. But my question to you is that, 6,000 veterans, and I know I say it every single live stream, and I'll still continue to say it every live stream. 6,000 military veterans currently homeless, but we're just bringing off random people that we don't know who they are, and allowing them to come over on a boat and pitch up in a hotel at the expense of the taxpayer of £41,000 per year. 3 hot meals a day, all of these kind of things, living in luxury, integrated into society, no one knowing who they are, no one knowing them from Adam. And all of a sudden, that's okay in the left's mind, but 6,000 military veterans on the streets. And more, British people are currently struggling. There's a lot of single mothers out there, probably. There's a lot of young people trying to get onto the ladder, trying to get their life going, they're British, and they can't. John says, Orwell's quote sums up our history. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. I'm in agreement. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Do let me know your thoughts on what Rylan has said. Again, it's not outlandish. It's what he's voicing what ordinary British people are saying, you know? And as I say, credit to him for actually using his platform and actually calling out the BS, knowing that people will be going after it. We could do with a lot more celebrities, unlike Tony Bellew and co. Tony Bellew going the other way. So credit to Rylan Clark, a braver man than Tony Bellew is. You know, not caring and actually calling out problems that are happening. Great to see on daytime TV as well, which was also very, very perfect. But guys, thank you for tuning in.